Hi, everybody. Ron Placone here. So, in news that's bound to have you go, huh? Really? Seriously? The Sex Pistols are going to be featured on a credit card. That's right, the Sex Pistols, the poster band of rebellion and going against the status quo, are going to be on a credit card. Reactions to this news have ranged from, what? Seriously? And this is from a satirical news site, right? Well, no, it's not satire. It is real. Virgin Money, the bank owned by Sir Richard Branson, announced Sunday that the Sex Pistols will now be featured on their credit cards. Now, Branson is the guy who signed the Sex Pistols to Virgin Records nearly 40 years ago. He said in a video released Monday that the band's, quote, power to provoke is undimmed. I think he meant power to earn money. I think that's what he was going for. I think he meant earning potential. He misspoke there. But I get it a little bit. Okay, the Sex Pistols were apparently going against the corporate machine, even though they did sign to a major label pretty early on, but they were going against the machine. They're going against the status quo. So having them on a credit card is a bit ironic. That's a lot like having Gallagher on a watermelon. I get that. But quite frankly, you're not allowed to play with irony because you're a bank. You don't get that. Your marketing department should just consist of the kid who has a parent who's really high up and got them the job, and they didn't know what they wanted to do with their lives. So in the last semester of college, they decided to play on Photoshop for a little bit. That's the extent of creativity a bank should exercise. That's about it. So I do get the irony, but come on. This is absolutely ridiculous. It makes me wonder here in the United States, what's going to happen here for us to kind of respond to this? Are the Ramones going to sponsor a for-profit health insurance industry? 77, man. It's sinking. 77. And launching these cars, we wanted to celebrate Virgin's heritage and difference. This is a quote from Virgin Money CEO Jane Ann Gadhia. The Sex Pistols challenge convention and establish ways of thinking, just as we are doing today in our quest to shake up UK banking. That's right. Nothing's more punk rock than getting a credit card with 18.9% APR. Yes, that is the percentage on these credit cards. I don't know what to think here. Now, a lot of people are responding a bit harshly to this. And let me put this out here as a disclaimer as well. I'm not one of these purists. I'm really not. When Iggy Pop did his thing and got his music placed in a couple places, I had no problems with that. Iggy's paid his dues. If he's going to collect money from a mailbox from some corporation, all power to him. I had no problem with that. In fact, I was happy to see it. I'm like, it's good that some good music is getting placed in commercials and this and that. And I have no problem with people seeking out those revenue streams for their content because that allows them to create more content. People need money to live. I'm not some total purist here. But a credit card, come on. That deserves a roll of the eyes. Now, other people are saying, oh, punk rock's officially dead now. Don't say that. I mean, come on. Don't give Richard Branson that kind of credit, no pun intended. Don't give him the credit. This is merchandising of the Sex Pistols has been going on for years and years now, ever since they first inked that deal with Virgin Records. It's become a parody of itself to some degree. You see versions of their artwork on bibs. You see it on like skateboards and Hot Topic that don't actually work, but they're intended for 12-year-olds that are having a 2-week self-doubting period. You've seen that for years now. This is nothing new. Is this perhaps the peak of the mountain? Maybe. It is, in fact, an actual credit card. But come on, punk's not dead. The early days of punk just decided it was time to buy a nice vacation home in the Alps, all right? So don't get too upset there. But I got to say, and I'm going to quote Craig Finn from the Hold Steady here, who, by the way, I had the privilege of interviewing earlier this week. Going to have that footage out there later. But anyway, now more than ever, I kind of feel this way, seeing the Sex Pistols going down this route. And this is a quote from a Hold Steady song, Raise a Toast to St. Joe Strummer. This is Ron Placone signing out.